Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back with some Fed Talk to go over the weekend storm. We have some games that we want to cover and some action we want to let you guys in on. You know, this weekend there was a big game brewing down here in McMorran Arena in Port Huron, Michigan. And there's another big battle brewing down in Louisiana. So I'm going to talk about the Louisiana game because I think that's kind of more intriguing. A little bit. Because the map's
Are you
showing.
are you talking Monroe?
Yeah, Louisiana.
Oh, the one that just got over with?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Monroe played Lobsters. When was it? Friday night? I do believe Friday night, Saturday
And
night.
Saturday.
And Friday, did they play Friday? I don't know if they played
Yes,
Friday.
they did play Friday.
Well, I'm not seeing it, so I'm gonna say they did, but they didn't
Hold
show
on.
the.
Hold on. Let me look, Richard. Let me look. Let me see. Hockey Justin to the rescue for Richard, guys. Monroe played. It's not showing. Well,
Okay,
they played Saturday. They played last night for sure.
okay, they played Saturday. So it was a shootout. Rock Lobsters won 65. So first and second place is pretty much going to be bouncing back and forth between them two teams in the Continental. So then they played tonight. It's against the Topeka Scarecrows. Topeka is in Port Huron's division Empire. I'm going to cover that in a little bit. So we're going to kick it back to Friday night when Port Huron played Bimington. Andy Klein, tell the world about what happened on Friday night against the Bennington Black Bears.
Well, the two dominating forces in the Empire went head to head, sitting in McMorran Place. Pretty good game. Came out first, executing great defense on both sides of the ice. Binghamton and the Prowlers went all the way through. We ended up going up by a 2-0 lead in the beginning of the second. They, of course, matched that energy, came back, tied it up. Then, of course, it was just back and forth game, a seesaw all the way up until the third period, to where they got the go-ahead goal, 4-3 goal. We made quite a few mistakes out there. Coach Paulin assessed. Wow. Coach Paulin stated that in the post-game interview that we need to work on. Of course, the score did not end at 4-3. They did hit an empty net goal to make that 5-3. Defense sort of broke down. They weren't executing the game plan, people out of position. Really, it was a hard-fought battle. I mean, great game for entertainment. There wasn't you couldn't hear when we were tied and it went into there and they scored that 4-3 goal. I mean, it put McMorran's fans on its seats. It's a devastating thing. That's one thing the Black Bears can do. They've got such a great team and a great staff behind them. They can go into any arena and run the show if the home team allows it, if them errors are made. Nothing really much more to say than that. I mean, solid performance by both teams. Reed Cooper was net for us. Them defensive breakdowns, the tight passing of the Black Bears got him every time. Them one timers over. It just killed us. I mean, second game was a lot better, but we'll touch base on that in a few. Richard, I'll kick it back to you.
Then tonight we had the Monroe versus Scarecrows. Now, mind you, folks, Topeka's right behind Port Huron in the seedings. Outcome of that game, if you're Port Huron fans, you're probably chopping your nails right off or pacing back and forth to China or something, but Monroe lost that game 4-5 in overtime. So I do believe Topeka's tied with Port Huron for the standings. I mean, the points wise, they're tied, but I'm not going to get in the numbers because I don't think you guys really want to know the numbers, in my opinion. If you do, that's cool. But they're tied. Win percentage is probably going to be different, couple point variance. But yeah, they're tied. I'm going to tell you why they're tied. All three of us was on at Saturday night's game. We saw some things from different vantage points that was interesting. I'm gonna shoot this on over to Mr. Justin. Justin, since you had a aerial view, what was your take?
On Saturday's game,
Yep.
do you want me to go there?
I did touch on it, but we all had a different viewing point. Since you were a little
My viewing point was point blank. Andy, you can agree with this. Don't say you're not. Black Bears fell apart. They were tired from Friday night. Port Huron beat them up Friday night. Yes, Black Bears, you did win, but you were gasping for air. They were gasping for air. I rewatched the film today from first puck drop to 18 seconds when Austin Dunn said, "Start the bus." And the Black Bears said, "Nope, we're not starting the bus yet." So if you look at the film, Port Huron did exactly what Port Huron does, and they wore them down all night Saturday night. They wore them down to nothing. I think when it comes to playoffs, Port Huron has the upper edge if they play like that against the Black Bears or Topeka.
Yeah.
But, Richard, going back to your standings, the league has not updated their site yet.
Okay.
So Topeka was at 62 points coming into this game.
Yeah.
Okay. Port Huron Prowlers are at 64.
So
Okay.
that'd be 2 points.
So Port Huron gets a point from last night. That puts them at 65.
Okay. Yep. So
Topeka gets 2 points for winning in overtime. So that puts us ahead of them a point. Now, Andy, you said in the group chat, what'd you say going into Topeka? What do they got to do?
Got to hammer down. You got to put it into Robbie Nichols. He's a skilled coach. If we execute the same game plan, well, similar game plan, because each team is different, we should be able to go into Topeka and push them around. The Bears are at the top of the empire for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to revert back to Saturday's game.
Yeah, go ahead. My brain's ticking 100 miles an hour right now, but
Mine is too, so I'm jumping all around.
It was a night and day difference on Friday to Saturday. We came out aggressive. We were laying the body. We were finishing our checks. We were playing our positions very well. We executed a style of defense that is known to give the Black Bears a nightmare. And it did. You've seen defensemen looking at each other. You've seen forwards going, what do we do? And we kept that gas pedal. Are they a fast-paced team? Yes. Do they have legs for days? They can go and go and go. Yes. But we wore the oxygen out the lungs. We wore their legs out, going up and down that ice. It was a phenomenal game. I will not knock either team on this. I will agree with Justin when it comes to playoffs. This is going to be the matchup to watch. Yes, Monroe and Athens down in the Continental, but Black Bears Prowlers playoffs is going to be the one to watch. We have cracked the code. We know what we got to do. Even with yesterday, there were some mistakes made, and if those mistakes aren't made, there ain't no way. I will say the start the bus chant gave them that extra little adrenaline pump, like, no, we're not. We will not do that again. I will guarantee that, because if that happens, there ain't going to be a fan saying that in that arena except for that guy. Promise you.
So,
well,
we cannot jinx ourselves like that because they have gas all of a sudden.
We talked about it, Richard, when you said, can Port Huron just go play hockey against the Black Bears? What did the Black Bears do this weekend? They tried to play Prowler hockey. And that's what gassed them. They cannot compete in that physical level. I have to say.
I agree with that. Andy, you agree on that?
I have to.
So I'm going to go with our last interview we had with Bob Howard. Bob Howard made a very good point. It's all on YouTube, folks. Thumb Fed Talk on YouTube. We'll go back to what Bob and Justin and I talked about. Bennington has legs. They will outskate you. They will outskate you for days and days and days. But if you turn that physicality level up a little bit and keep cranking up until it's full tilt, they can't handle that because they're so used to playing hockey. Just go out there, pass the puck around, and shoot. But when you start laying your checks in, start beating up on them a little bit, they're going to get gassed. And they were gassed. We were all gassed. Every single player on that bench was gassed. But
I was gassed. What are you talking about?
I love Timmy. Timmy is a good goalie. He's number 2. And the goalies, that poor soul he was gassed. Everyone was gassed. But that's the thing. You start laying your body into them and pushing them around and putting that physicality in them, I don't think they can handle it. I really don't.
Here's another thing. I think Andy and I talked about this. Richard, I think you were in on this conversation. I recall the Black Bears, they did an interview with their coach. They're the number 1 power play team in the league. Last night, Chris Paul and his Prowlers shut that power play down completely. So cracking the code, Andy is right. Cracking the code, there is ways you can shut them down. And Chris Paulin took his notes and he shut them down last night. And I said in the previous podcast, they were going to win Friday night. I say, as I lay my head down tonight, the Prowlers won that game last night. Whether they won in a shootout or not, they won that game.
Yeah. I mean, yes, they won a shootout. They didn't sweep us. Right? They didn't get 6 points.
I mean, if you're looking at points wise, yeah, they didn't sweep the point system.
The point system.
Yeah.
They didn't sweep the point system. They only got 5 points on that deal.
That's right. But
so technically, in my eye, I call this a split.
To an extent, I'll agree with you there, Richard. Best way to describe this, Saturday was the most even battle that I've seen the Black Bears go against in any game. The point system, yes. If we go by wins, they got us.
Yeah.
I'm going to see it as that guy that's going to get fired up because we're going to want vengeance. Mm-hmm. The next time we see him, we're going to say they took that sweep. Just for one reason. At the end of the day, it's a W or an L in me. These point systems, all that crap, clearly they don't mean much with 3, 4, 5-year players in places. And somehow it still works out and they got legs everywhere. But that's a whole different topic that we won't get into. With that physicality, they will not come into our barn again and not know that they won't execute the way they did. They can't. Because if they come in and play the same way that they did, they know they're going to take it out. We were on top of everything. I will say this. It was a questionable goal, the last goal, to tie it up with there's 12.6 seconds left. Is what it is. Officials are humans. They will make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm not perfect. Justin's not perfect. Richard, I know you can agree you're not perfect either.
No, I'm horrible.
But in the shootout, we had a very, very good chance of it. We ran the right people out there to take them shots.
I
think a little lucky.
I think Port Huron, and I'm going to just go with this. I said it earlier. Port Huron would have won that shootout. And I'm not downing any player. You guys know me. I'm not downing any player. But with Austin Federley out of the lineup, that hurt the shootout roster right there. Because we all seen what Austin can do in a shootout. He is a threat to any team when it comes to a shootout.
And like, I'm going to bounce back to Andy. Andy's like, there was a questionable call. I saw it. It was all over. It was on the big board. Okay, folks. If you ever been to McMorran, they got 2 projectors on either side of the arena so the fans can look up. Why wasn't it play challenge? I will never know.
So So the way I reviewed it last night and today, okay, so I took two different reviews and I played them both. One review looks like the Prowler's defenseman put his stick into his own goalie. Now, if you watch it on YouTube, though, in slow-mo, and you slow your TV down, you can see that Tyson Kirkby had his stick hooked around Cooper's neck. That should have been goalie interference.
No, I am gonna run the outside of this. Some people on certain forums are claiming that Cooper initiated the contact outside of the crease. Now, here's where I've got to question that. If that was true, you can see the outline of the red line. It's very faint for some reason. Ice was wore down. We played a hell of a game. They were out all over our crease. That's Kirkby's job. He does it fantastically. He's a pest in front of the net. But what I see is knees clearly behind and pads extending over. So at that point, does his piece of equipment extend past and count as a part of his body being outside of the crease? There's numerous different aspects why that might not have been reviewed. We weren't on the ice. Do I think that should have been a goal? My personal self, no, by any means. But I am just trying to be the double-edged sword and say, hey, look, this is what people are saying. This is what's somewhat seen. I do agree that was definitely Tyson Kirkby's stick into him. You've seen the reaction of Cooper. It's a tough way to go down, but I will not take that off our boys' back. We ran them into the ground.
I want to go back to like goalie stuff anyways. So last night, everybody had a bird's eye view. Everybody, even Richard, maybe not so much you down at the one end. Rules in hockey are, if your goalie leaves his crease, he is an eligible player to be checked, as long as he is out of the crease. Tomei was out of the crease, and they called a penalty on Port Huron for goalie interference. He's out of the crease. He is a eligible player, meaning he can go. Well, he can only go so far, but still, he is an eligible player. He is playing out of his crease. He is playing the ice. He's not playing the net at that point in time. So a lot of platforms, again, are saying there were some bad calls, missed calls, blah, blah. Again, officials, they're human. They're human. But do I agree with that part? No, I do not. He was an eligible player. He was out of his crease, meaning he got ran into.
Yep. I mean, I'll even go one step farther back. I can't remember who it was. Somebody was pushed on top of Tomei, a Black Bears player.
Alexander Ray.
Alexander Ray was shoved on top of Tomei.
Yep.
And somehow we get a penalty, even though that's put on by
goalie interference somehow. But if you look at Tomei, he's talking to Alexander Ray, like, well, what's going on here? He even was like, what's going on here? You were shoved into me.
It's one of those things to where there were bad calls all night. It went both ways. I'm not going to say, oh, Gowdy was for us. Because if you recall, I'll go this route. We let him know how we felt about him. The Nines always let him know. And there's very many questionable calls. It happens like that. That's hockey. They're not perfect.
We're human. Everyone's human. Like, you root for one team, you root for another team. But like I told Bob Howard and all three of us, at the end of the day, I don't care what your jersey looks like. Please buy me a beer. We're hockey guys. I'm going to shake your hand. I want you to shake my hand. You're going to rub salt in my wounds? Okay, I'm going to rub salt in your room. But at the end of the day, please buy me an adult beverage at the end of the game. That's all I ask.
I'm going to say this now. The whole league needs to be watching this game. When Port Huron goes to bingo, it's going to be a bloodbath. Once those games are done, we close it up until playoffs. Once we start seeing them in playoffs, this is going to be a battle that's going to end. And I'm going to just say it's going to end bad. It's going to be so physical that there's going to be blood drawn. There's going to be fights, through the whole game. You're going to have ejections. You're going to have suspensions. Who's going to be the team that starts it? That's the question. Who's going to be the team that starts it and goes, hey, guess what? We're going to get in your head. Prowlers got in their head last night. I mean, you look at it. Was it 28 penalty minutes in the one game? Last night, I think it was like 40 penalty minutes for the Black Bears, including their coach getting kicked out because you're down 3-2. So you're mad about it?
And you throw a towel on the ice. I've never seen a coach do that. That's
my thing with that was, and I said it last night, Andy, I think I said it to you. I don't know. Well, you were busy. He did that for a reason. Reggie Millette got in their head. They boo him all the time. They don't like him. He let the scoreboard do the talking and his skills do the talking.
Yep.
I mean, I did the math on the league website. I think I calculated 57 minutes of penalty minutes for Bimington.
Yep.
Couple penalties for Bimington I don't like. Here's why I don't like it. Abuse of officials, derogatory words against officials. Why?
I can tell you. You want to know why?
No. I don't.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying. Yeah, is that what you're asking? You want to know what he said, or why are you doing that? Because here's the thing, Richard. Why they did that? Because they think that we shouldn't be playing them in this league. They think they're better. So they think the rest should, we're better, blah, blah, blah. The rest should,
protect them like they have for the past 2 years.
You're not in bingo. Sorry. I'm going to put it out there. You're not in bingo. Welcome to Port Huron.
My point is why are you abusing the officials like that? They're human. They're calling the penalties how they see it. Yep. Don't curse on a ref because you want to push someone around. I get it's hockey, but don't use derogatory words. Like I get it, I do, but it's like you cross that line, you gotta go bye-bye. I'm sorry. That's my point on it. But I mean, cool. You want to shoot yourself in the foot and cool deal. I can take it.
I'll take that any day of the week. That is one thing with the Black Bears. Once you're in their head, you live rent free. Mm-hmm. I mean, even down to the point of fan. There's 4 fans that always come from bingo. They're great group of people. One guy, there was an incident last time they were here. We picked on him about a little bit this time. Got a little heated, yelling altercation. And that's actually when Mr. Steve Gowdy got involved from on the ice because it was still spilled over into the beginning of the third. And at that point, I will go to this route and say they can change the tone of the game if fans even direct some derogatory stuff towards them. Favoritism's not shown either way. But one thing that when you come into McMorran, we are a rowdy house.
So
we are known through the league.
I wanted to say that, Andy, and everybody's seeing it today. Andy, I sent you screenshots. We're not gonna say because it's PG here, but I believe Section 9 and McMorran fans are living rent free in their heads, in the team's heads, the players' heads right now, the coaches' heads right now, and their fans' heads, because they know that they have been figured out. They have been figured out. Now, let's get down to the dirty business of can we figure out more about the Black Bears? That's coming this summer in the offseason.
For sure. I mean, anything's possible in this league. One thing that we do so well up there is chirp. We knew Sherwood's got a short fuse. We got him all night Friday night. You could see the frustration. Saturday night, we popped the bubble. We had Quinville giving us dirty looks. We had players giving us dirty looks and maybe some other obscene gestures, but I'm not going to cry to the league. I want to see them boys play. Tear us up. Let's go. I'm doing this on purpose. But at the end of the night, them 4 fans, some of their players were coming out of the locker room after our wonderful skate with the players there at McMorran. It was, hey, safe travels back, drive careful. We hate you when you're on the ice and during the game. End of the game. Love yous. Drive careful. Thanks for the entertainment.
And another thing Port Huron did so well was they attacked the players that need to be attacked, right? They got the main players out of the game for the night,
Mhm.
besides Tyson Kirkby. Tyson was lost without puppy number 1 and puppy number 2 on each side of him. And I hate to say that, but Tyson is the ringleader of the Bears.
Oh, for
So
sure.
he's
Where's
got
that
his
being for a
his
reason?
tamed animals on each side, and Matt Graham, Chris Paul, and said, "Hey, go get in those guys' heads right there. Shut them down. Get them kicked out of the game." Guess what? Reggie Millette did that by scoring twice.
Beautiful goal. Beautiful
I'm gonna
goal.
take a quote. I'm gonna take a quote out of Bob Howard's mouth. I love you, Bob. I want to have
We love
on.
you, Bob. We love Bob.
We want you on here again, Bob. So when you see this video come across the YouTube channel, hit us up.
Make sure you give a chuckle about it too.
I want to give Bob Howard a quote. A quote out of Bob Howard's mouth. Tyson's job is to stand there in front of the goalie and muck it up. That's Tyson's job. Did it work?
Yeah.
50, half a dozen, 16.
Let me take those words from you, Richard, because I got the aerial view, right? I got the access to the stats, all that, blah, blah, blah. Tyson Kirkby only scored 2 goals last night. That's the only 2 goals he scored in 2 games.
He did just get back. He was up in the SP.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, he wasn't the SP. He played, for the Rail Dogs, whatever. Anyways, that's not my concern. My concern is that the Black Bears fans talk this guy up so much to be the best player on the Black Bears, but you had CJ Stubbs, Anderson. Come on, Andy. Who's the other guy?
Gavin Yates.
Gavin Yates. I hate to say it, Tyson Kirkby did not show up to this game.
As far as he showed up when it mattered, though.
Yeah, when it mattered. But
that he's clutch. That C comes on his chest for a reason. He showed up in that third period, planted right in front of Cooper. They had a 6-on-4 with Tomei out, and he succeeded at his job. He might not have got that goal. He might not have got that many stats. But with that alone, that gave them the breathing room to go to an OT and then to a shootout where they took it.
And really, the OT, I'm just going to say it. The OT should have never happened. Like I said, the Prowlers won that game. Whether the scoreboard said it or not, the Prowlers won that game. They worked their ass off on this, but, Chris Paul did his homework. He opened up the Black Bears dome. Now he's inside it with the dome closed with his team, ready for playoffs. Whether we win in bingo or not, me personally, I don't care about those games. I want to see you in playoffs.
Yep. Playoff hockey is a completely different breed when it comes down to it. And bingo and Port Huron playoff hockey.
And Port Huron,
nice advantage. So that's that. They got to come into us first, if I'm correct.
And the big thing is Port Huron's got college kids coming real soon in the next couple weeks.
But
I'm curious.
Available for all. We could see the same thing on a bingo. They do got a core though, so I don't know if they will.
I don't think they will. I'm going to say now. I don't think they will.
The thing of it is, Port Huron and bingo go back and forth all season long. Yeah, they win one, we lose one, blah blah blah, back and forth. Guess what? This is a chess match, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to capture the king? That's how you win chess.
I think Chris Paul is right there. I think Chris Pollin's right there. I'm sorry. I wouldn't say it any other way if I didn't see it. Like, ask me that question last year, I would have said no. Would have said no. Ask me this year, yeah, Chris Pollin's got that checkmate coming. And when it comes, it's going to hit them very hard. It's going to be a 3-game series in the second round.
For sure. I'll agree with you 100%. So what? We're dropping pawns right now. You're giving us our insides on every damn move you make. And how we're going to move forward from that is going to be bueno. You won't be able to stop us. Defensively, we were solid yesterday. Offensively, we put the pressure on. Everybody was gassed, like Richard and Justin said.
Special teams.
Special teams were way back.
Our penalty kill killed their power play every single time. You were on a 5 on. Let me just get this out now because you guys know I've been itching for this. Okay, first one, you're on a 5-on-3. You're supposed to be the best power play team in the league right now. You're sitting at first place for a reason. The Prowlers shut you down. Then when you pull the goalie, it's 6-on-4. You guys score, but what if that penalty would not have happened?
Or the 3 missed opportunities down the net. That's something that we'll have to work on. Then that was wide open. We had Ando right there.
Yep.
Stuff like that happens. That's what I love about hockey. There's so many variables that that defense got second wind. They were right there on top of them. It was a one-on-one situation, and that man stepped up. Can't remember who it was. Props to you. You played solid D on your open net. Couple of missed shots at that. Hecula missed, I believe, Luke James and Ando. It happens. It won't happen in playoffs.
And see, that's where your heart race gets going. When it's a 6-on-4, you have an empty net. You know, your heart is going 100 miles an hour. You're trying to get that puck in the net to win that game. And so many mistakes can happen, and it's not the player's fault. That puck, they freeze those pucks before games. They end up thawing out. The ice is chewed. There's so many factors in there besides, the player cost us that game.
No, I will never blame a player on it because we were up at that time. Nothing we can do. Like I say, I'm not going to point fingers at anybody on this team. Nobody lost that game.
Nope.
Both teams won that game as far as I'm concerned. They got the win on their stats and the W, but we got the win because it was just another key moment for us to figure out their game plan for when it actually matters. It's a regular season game. You clinched your playoffs. You're in first place. Nobody's catching you. Thank you.
Please do it again. The thing is, again, Andy, you said it's a regular season game. You already clinched playoffs, right? You clinched first place. Okay, you're at 100 points. Why are you busting your key players down so much before playoffs?
Perfect. I love it. Brant Sherwood, John Quinville. Do it some more, buddy. We love you. We love you. Promise, we love you.
We ain't sending you a Valentine's card. Sorry, guys.
Now, folks, you guys are probably sitting at home like, oh, my God, these guys are going ham on Black Bears. We got to give credit where credit is due. We will knock you and praise you all in the same sentence. We're here to talk about hockey. No matter what jersey's behind us, no matter what team you play for, you're more than welcome to come on this channel and talk. We don't care. But that was a chess match. That was warfare. Psychologically and physically.
I want to say something real quick because the announcement I want to make is I talked to somebody's dad because somebody's Facebook was not loading up. And he's going to talk to his son about coming on the show.
That would be wonderful. We did talk about
not
that.
Not going to give no names.
Name.
No names. But it would be cool to have him on to see, again, this podcast. I love having players on because you get to see the real side of the players. You don't get to see the hockey side.
Yep.
So,
mind you, folks, we are working on a lot of things all at once. I'm going to tell you that at the end of this segment. But there's 2 things I want to go over real quick.
Mic drop.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going to take that. But
like you said, we are working on things. I want to take
that because both these 3 things are very, very meaningful for us here at ThumbFed Talk and for Nell and Gentlemen. So I'm going to talk about it is February 15th. We said at the beginning a couple months ago, if we hit X subscribers on each channel, ThumbFed Talk will buy you tickets. We're getting close there. We need 100. If we don't get 100, we're still going to draw your name on the hat. And
Richard?
What?
I was going to announce that we should get the wheel ready and pick the winner next week for the Indiana game.
Okay, whatever. We're gonna pick your name, but it helps us grow the channel, get this channel elsewhere. The second thing I want to touch on is this is hockey. This is federal prospect hockey. This league, you get very close to players. You're allowed to purchase jerseys. You're allowed to skate with players. You're allowed to do very many things with these players. These are humans. But more than that, I'm going to leave that open-ended. And I'm going to let Andy Klein finish where I left off at. Andy, tell the world why I noticed it, and I think the world's going to notice there's a hole behind Andy. Andy, tell the world about that hole.
I usually always rock 3 jerseys, and behind me, I always was rocking the Military Appreciation Night jersey that was there. That was from a wonderful player this year that we picked up, rookie this year, played a few games for us, scored a goal, Matt Gellerman. Over his time that he was here, of course, Military Jersey Night is a high dollar night. Everybody wants one of them. They're always amazingly designed. I got the privilege to bid on it and get it. So time passes on. Matt gets a goal that night. Time passed on. He went on the IR, healed up, came back for a couple games. And I believe it was Thursday or Friday. It was Friday morning. It was announced due to make roster space for our returning player, Lockhart, that he was released. So being in the FPHL, we have the access to the players a lot more, the skate with the players. You get to know them. You get to have conversations, the whole 9 yards. And so you get to build quite a bond. Well, during the time on IR, of course, I'm going to go by his nickname. Gelly was always down in the tunnel. He was always in the locker room with the boys, even though he was on IR. And my son always goes down, gives the knucks to the players as they come out. So lots of conversations. They grew a friendship. So breaking that to my son was an interesting thing. He goes, "This sucks. Why? He's a good guy." I go, "Well," I had to sit him down and explain to him, this is what happens. It's single A hockey. People are going to move on, move up, move out. It happens. It's just a fact of life. We could lose Lucas Lockney. I'll go Tucker Scantleberry. We lost him last year. Drew really enjoyed him. We didn't even get to say goodbye to him. But that's a whole nother aspect of it. So when we won the Military Jersey, we never got a picture with him because at that time it didn't have his name on the back because he was brought in. So the Prowlers organization asked if I would like to name on it. So we got it on the back. We received it. Drew got to wear it a couple times at the games. He actually was wearing it yesterday, but we'll get into that in a moment. So Friday night comes around. We know that he's going to be leaving. My son reached out to him, asked if he was going to be at the game. He said yes. He goes, "Okay, well, I want to get a picture with the jersey I want of yours." And pretty much like say our goodbyes. So, of course, we grabbed the picture up with him, shared a couple good embraces, and he received another gift to go along with the jersey, a stick with a personal message. I'm not going to leave that up long. Keep that between them guys. And we left. On Friday, it was our Star Wars game. Through the grapevine, I'd heard that somebody in his family was trying to get the jersey and he got outbid. I found that out at Saturday's game where Drew wore that jersey. And Gellerman actually was going to be there for that game as well. So upon finding that out, my son looked at me and goes, "He didn't get one for us. What are we going to do with this, Dad?" I go, "Well, what do you mean?" He goes, "Can I give it to him?" I go, "Yeah. If you want to do that, awesome. Let's do it." Our Prowlers Booster Club's awesome. They got characters with the signature. So we picked up one of those. Fill that void. But we ended up seeing him down before the game had started. And we walked down. Video will be shared later. Richard's going to put it on our Fed Talk page. He took the jersey off his back and gave that to that player. And to see that kind of reaction between a player that you like and a young fan, to be able to give a player something that really rightfully deserved. He wanted a piece of port here in history, a piece where he played. Not only where he played, where he scored his first FPHL goal. That warms my heart. That's an aspect in the Federal Prospect Hockey League that we have that most leagues don't. Yes, they're all about fan friendliness up in the others, but where can you sit there and have conversations like that? You don't get to in too many leagues. So to be able to see that connection, the big burly hockey player that felt his way through 60 minutes, reduced down to just, man, I appreciate that. The emotions behind it is just, it's so fantastic. That's one thing that, regardless what team, it could be Tyson Kirkby. If I like Kirkby and he came here and left, and I want the same thing. Any fan in the Federal Hockey League, if they can play the league, it hits you right here, and especially as a younger fan. So I just want to sort of reach out to everybody there and say, don't take it for granted out here. These players, you can ride them, you can hate them, you can boo them, situations that you don't know. Those players have hearts just like the rest of them. I'm a chirper. I'll tell you, you suck to your face, but shake your hand after the game and tell you, you did great. You did your job. I'll give you your flowers. I'm just saying, all I guess I'm throwing out there is embrace what you got around you. This league here is continuing to grow. We're growing big time, but the one thing with most teams in this league, they will always embrace their fan base.
Mm-hmm.
You can't pick a better moment. It was picturesque.
I, from the bottom of my heart, Andy, thank you for sharing that, because not a whole lot of people know that.
No.
And all of us here on this podcast have bought jerseys from players, and my God, that warms my heart. I mean, like Andy said, I'm a big burly guy, and that warms my heart. It really does, folks. I mean, it does. A young man giving something back to another player, that hits home.
Yep. Some of them, it sucks to see him go. We don't think as fair as people on the outside. There's always a game plan. And even upon speaking with Matt, he understood it. It's a surreal moment, though, leaving what you've known, especially being your first FPHL team that you've went to. And to be able to just have that connection and to see how you can affect a player and their day and their life just by doing something as small as that. Monetary value ain't shit. I'd give that guy the shirt off my back because he's a stand-up guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where you got to just look at it and go, embrace what you have around you. You don't know when it's going to leave. The league is growing so much. Expansion drafts. You can lose anybody any day. You don't know. I'm fortunate. I haven't lost too many that I bought jerseys for, but I lost a jersey. Some people say you're nuts, but I made a memory for a family. It'll last a lifetime. I know my kid and him will keep talking after this. I mean, I plan on it. I told him flat out, wherever you go next, it's not goodbye. It's see you later.
Yep.
We're going to see you. And if you don't play in our league and we don't play it, I'll take a trip. It's worth the trip. You build these bonds with these people. A lot of people don't understand that, to where I can't think of the words. I sort of walked myself into a wall. You
Don't hit it.
take over for a minute. A little emotion. You build it up so much. You start getting that emotional connection.
You get that camaraderie.
The camaraderie. There we are. Thank you, Richard.
Well,
I appreciate that. I needed that. Once you build that camaraderie, especially these younger fans, they adapt to players so hard. It's like losing a friend. You can really become friends with these people because, yeah, they're hockey players for your team, but they're people outside that. some enjoy baseball, soccer. Look at Timmy O, All-State Butte. Got to give you a shout out, Tim. Hope to get you on someday.
Save that for the end.
Hit the brakes on that. Anyways, I want to go with what Andy said. So kids these days, they grow that relationship with players. Okay. Andy, fortunately, has jerseys from players that are still probably on the team, right, Andy?
Yes, sir.
Richard, you do too.
That was my.
So
go ahead.
here's the thing about me. And everybody's seen my closet. You both have. I have players that are no longer with the team. And the reason I do that is at the end of the year, people always say, well, what? My wife will always say, what jersey? I'll be like, well, I hate to say this. And I'll whisper and I say, I don't think he's going to be here next year. So we grab the jersey. Now, last year we made, I love you, kid, but I did it with Luke James' jersey and he's still here. So, but that's because it was going to fit. It was the same size that my daughter wears in real life. So, I mean, nothing against you, Luke. You're just both short. But
story, folks, what Justin's getting at.
The relationship that you build with these players.
Shot himself in the foot.
I didn't shoot myself in the foot, right? Because I talk to Luke James one-on-one a lot. And a lot of these players will ask people that have played hockey in the past. These people look at these guys like they're 30-some years old. These they're still kids.
Yep.
They look like grown ass men, but they're still kids. I mean, they don't look like me, baby face, blah blah blah, whatever. Shut up, Andy.
Chubby baby.
But I've actually had the experience of having a couple players approach me or approach my wife and say, hey, heard your husband played hockey before. Do you think he could give us some advice or give me advice? And I do. Luke James was one of them. I talked to him. Ben Brockway was one of them. I talked to him. Look what happened last night. It took him quite a while to do what we talked about, but he did it.
Awesome.
And the thing is Andy can vouch for it. Andy and I have been around McMorran Arena. We used to grow. We didn't have that relationship in the UHL with the players. You did not have access to players. They walked out the back door. You were not allowed to talk to them, touch them, anything. Now, if you seen them outside, you get an autograph, whatever. But you didn't have that skate with the players. Me personally, as for kids, they don't understand it yet. They will understand it. This is a business. This is what happens. Once you understand that, and I'm saying it to adults because some adults don't understand it to this day, you gotta let that connection be there, but not be there. You get what I'm saying? You gotta understand the fact is every day is a one-day contract. And Matt Graham, I take his saying there last year when they did the videos in the locker room. Every day is a one-day contract. They're all fighting for a spot every day. You could be released within 24 hours of touching the puck. You could be released 3 minutes before the game starts.
You
don't know. Now, as for Matt, the one that was released, not Matt Graham. No, Graham, you weren't released. The other Matt.
Yeah.
Gullerman?
It hurts me a little bit because the kid is so kind-hearted. But where his next step is going, and I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna put it out there. It's not my business to put out there. Once it happens, I will say something about it. But whatever next step he takes, he's gonna make that team, whoever he plays for, 10 times better. Because he is what?
I said it's a whole new journey.
Yeah.
You have one chapter, you sign off on that chapter, you're gonna write on. It's a book for these guys.
And the thing is like Andy said, when Tucker was traded to the Mocs, was I heated? Oh yeah. I think everybody was. Tucker was a big name to this team. He was a big factor. He was a big threat. When Adam Heinzel wasn't re-signed, that was another big threat. People get heated, right? But then you sit back and go, you talk to the guys. I mean, that's the connection. If you have that bond with them, I still talk to Makar Sokolov every day. Yeah, we're 10 hours difference, but hey kid, how's it going? Blah blah. Oh, I'm playing hockey here, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. You know, I talk to Frank Schumacher and his family all the time. I mean, they're just kind-hearted people. I mean, they're not going to blow you off. You know, come on, Andy, help me with another one. Tucker, he'll answer the phone if he knows how to pick it up sometimes. But I'm just saying, when you don't get to say that goodbye as a kid, it hurts. As an adult, it's different. I may sound cold-hearted on this, but when Tucker left, it was hard because we didn't get to say goodbye. Oh yeah, man, we'll see you next year at the end of the year party. When Frank left, that hit home there because another key factor. When Dalton J retired, gonna hand it down. When I heard he stopped playing, I was heated. I threw my phone, I threw my PlayStation controller because they are no, not a water bottle. I had to save it. You know, got to have a chew bottle. Anyways, but you get what I'm saying. Kids don't understand, but you have to teach your kids that. And I think Andy has done a good job teaching Drew that. And Drew will understand as he gets older. Like, hey, look, I hate to say it this way, shit happens.
And that's the best thing. It's funny that this all happened yesterday. It was 12 years ago today. He actually attended his first ever hockey game McMorran played.
Oh, I've seen that on Facebook, Drew. And Andy, I seen Drew and your bald head, you know, your skinny face, you know. Yes, Andy has put on a couple pounds in the belly, maybe in the cheek wise. But the thing that was cool, Richard, if you look at his Facebook, is he posted the memory, and now he's got a memory.
Yep.
With the spawn of Satan in my house that is, you know, got my blood in there, and he's got a picture of both of them. So,
it's a full circle type of thing.
The family sticks together.
Yeah,
I think I don't want to sound like this can go all night for all of us folks. This can three dudes talking hockey, but I want to wrap.
Are you a dude?
Yeah, I'm a
dude.
You're a
dude.
You're a dude.
We're all dudes.
Well, what I'm getting at
cross-eyed there.
Hey, we're not going to mention cross-eyed on this podcast anymore, okay?
But
yes, I went there.
Some of you know we can go for hours, and it's cool. It was really cool. But I want two things. Justin, you touched on our drawing. Us three will agree on that, and we will post it on ThumbFed Talk Facebook page.
And we can wait till the end of the month if you want, because Port Huron's on the road till March. So
yeah. Second thing, this is really big, really huge.
Oh, yes, it is, because Andy got so hyper last night on the ice. Andy's going to make the announcement, right? Let's let him make that announcement. Come on, Andy. What's the big news?
Sorry, Andy. I hate to put you on the spot, buddy.
Hold on, Andy. Hold on. Wait. I'm going to make the audience wait a minute. So I just want to thank a big shout out to Will Wiggleman for helping us get to where we are today. Okay.
Thank you, Will.
Yeah, look at Andy's eyes. Andy's eyes. He's probably thinking in his head, he's going to call me later and go, wow. But, Will, I want to thank you from the bottom of ThumbFed Talk's heart for getting us to where we were. Yes, I talked to you last night. Yes, I admitted I was a little heated, but we love you, kid. We love you. Yes, I called you a kid. We called you a kid because, I mean, when I got to look for you on the ice over top of 6 foot tall people, we can still want you, though, Will.
We love you.
Anyways, Andy, what's the big news there?
It's just big news that we're all chomping at the bit. And
mind you, Andy stayed out till 4 a.m. to get this news. So, 2. Okay. Well, by the time he got home, found his way home, it was probably 4.
Mick Ultra Zero is not an alcoholic beverage. I have not had alcohol in years.
Good job, Andy.
Good job, Andy. We'll get you a cookie.
But the news that we're looking forward to, Andy's going to tell us.
Wait. Hold on. Did you hear the other news?
What's the other news?
Andy, tell him.
What's it? What other news?
What you going to tell us? I'm
Oh,
making the crowd wait and wait and wait.
After a long wait, once again, I will thank Will as well. We had to make some adjustments. We first started the channel. We're still working on things as we speak. We've had technical difficulties. We've gone off topic. We've forgot things. We're human, just like referees. But the good thing,
Shut up.
we finally have secured media access for the Port Huron Prowlers. You will see your favorite Prowlers on our channel very soon. Tune in, like, and subscribe. Let's get this ball rolling. We're the hometown
Hey.
boys. Section 9 back, some win, lose, draw. We love them all.
It's
I
not
think-
just Section 9. We all back them, Andy. Stop
I
that.
had to throw my
You know what,
plug.
ladies?
Section 9, Section 24. Oh.
Don't you say H.
No.
Thumb Fed Talk supports them. Like Andy said, like, subscribe, share this to everybody. And I think, folks, next week or very soon after, you might see your very own Port Huron Prowlers on this.
Now,
We
I
all
want
been
some-
waiting for that. But
No
I think,
names.
I-
But
Hold
there's
on,
a
hold
big
on.
I think
name
what we're
to
gonna do,
pop it.
ladies and gentlemen, you
hold
guys
on.
have a
No,
wonderful night.
Richard,
You
hold
guys
on, hold on.
later.